Okay, time for a new video. Welcome back to my channel, or hello if you're new. This is yet another Eurovision 2025 related video here on my channel, and another reaction type video as well, because right now I'm about to listen in full for the first time to Cyprus's entry for the upcoming edition of the ESC, which as we all know will take place this May in Basel, Switzerland. As always, you're very welcome to let me know your thoughts on anything I discuss in today's video by leaving a comment down below, and as always, there are links in the description to my other social media pages. Check them out if you so wish. So we've known about Cyprus's representative for Basel for a long time. He was internally chosen, and that announcement that he had been internally chosen was made on September the 2nd of last year. So we really have been waiting an absolute age for his track. The representative is, of course, Theo Evan, real name Evangelos Theodorou. He's from Nicosia. He's been making his own music for a few years. He moved to the US some years ago to study music and performance at the Berklee College of Music in Boston. Very nice as well. He's been invited back a couple of times alongside musicians including Pharrell Williams and Justin Timberlake. He also made an appearance as an extra in Series 2, Episode 7 of the US TV series Euphoria, which I've seen and enjoyed, and next time I rewatch it, I'll have to keep an eye out for him. Anyway, everything was very quiet regarding his song, but now it is out. It is called Shush, S-H-H, and the music video is on the official Eurovision Song Contest YouTube channel. I'm going to be checking it out in just a moment. At the time of this recording you're watching now, it has had just over 43,000 views. So Cyprus are the country that has been competing the longest but has yet to win at Eurovision. They debuted in 1981 and they've only finished in the top 3 once, and that was in 2018 with Eleni Foureira and Fuego. They've also finished in the top 5 on 3 other occasions: 1982, 1997 and 2004. If we focus specifically on the past decade, in Vienna 10 years ago, Cyprus were represented by John Karagiannis with One Thing I Should Have Done, a very simple, somewhat schmaltzy ballad, it must be said, a bit of a surprise qualifier at the time. The juries liked him, the public not so much. He finished 22nd in the end. In 2016 we had the rock group Minus One. You might well remember the flashing lights, the on-screen effects, the cages on stage, that sort of thing. This was Alter Ego, and this finished 21st in the final. Not too bad though. In 2017 we had Hovig with Gravity, and to me this was really very plain, very bland, nothing much going on here at all. I'm surprised it qualified quite comfortably, in all honesty. He finished 21st in the final with 68 points. This is one of those songs that I don't think many people really talk about at all these days. Maybe I'm wrong, but certainly one of the more forgettable entries over the past 10 years, I would say, certainly for Cyprus. Anyway, in 2018, of course, it was Eleni Foureira with Fuego. This really came up on the rails in the build-up to the contest. She came out on stage looking great, sounding great, choreography, very slick, very fierce, in it to win it. Now, really, this is just a pretty solid pop song, but it was elevated like you wouldn't believe for Eurovision, and it was so well done. And a lot of people say this was the real winner. That's up for debate, but certainly it was a job well done. In 2019, they decided to try and do something similar. I believe it was a similar songwriting team. It was Replay by Tamta. This didn't do that well at all with the public in the semi-final or the final. For whatever reason, the performance was okay, the song was fine, but it was just lacking that little extra sparkle that I think Fuego had. 13th place in Tel Aviv. Then we had something very different for the cancelled Rotterdam competition in 2020. This was Sandro with Running. I don't really know how to describe this song. Sort of quite moody, sort of almost house music type stuff. I'm really not a professional journalist, as you can tell. Certainly a song that I didn't think much of. I'm not sure many other people were really enjoying it at the time either. And had Eurovision taken place that year, I'm not sure Cyprus would have made the final. So in 2021, they went back to basics with a pretty solid pop song. This was Elena Sagrinou with El Diablo. She opened the final and finished 16th with 94 points, looking great. Dancers in red, red lighting, El Diablo, the letters behind her, which went up in flames in the final third. A really good job. In 2022 we had Ella by Andromachi, and this failed to qualify. Quite surprising at the time. The juries, I think, had this last. in semi-final 2 for some strange reason. I don't think the public were massively on board with it either. I thought the performance was fine, maybe a bit too dark in all honesty, but certainly it wasn't bad, and the song itself, perfectly listenable. I suppose you have to say it flopped a little bit for whatever reason. In 2023 we had Andrew Lambrou with Break a Broken Heart. This was the Liverpool competition 2 years ago. 12th place for this. I think that's a bit generous. 126 points. A fine vocalist. Black outfit if I remember correctly. Flames shooting up around the stage. Yeah, it was fine. But 12th place is maybe a bit generous. And you could say that as well about last year's Cypriot entry by Celia Kapsis, who is still only 18. She was there in Malmö with Lyre, and this finished 15th in the final, and a lot of people weren't sure she was even going to qualify. She opened the first semi-final, if I remember correctly, looked pretty good, sounded pretty good, choreography, guys whipping their tops off in the final third for whatever reason. It really was a pretty solid performance. But you could absolutely say that 15th place was a little bit generous for that song. Anyway, it's Theo Evan now with Shush. Let's check it out. As always, feel free to let me know what you think about this song in the comments below. What I'm watching won't be in the bottom corner of the video you're watching, that's the way it usually is, but chances are you've heard and seen this by now anyway. Cyprus are in semi-final 1, and now we have the full semi-final 1 lineup, so we can start thinking about qualifiers, making a few early predictions for those, and also the running order. And I'll be making a semi-finals running order prediction video in the near future, so watch this space. Here we go, Cyprus. You've had a long time to work on this. Deliver the goods. I should say, just before I finally check this out, the songwriting team is mainly Nordic, it looks like. We do have Dimitris Kontopoulos, but we also have Lasse Niemann, Linda Dale, and Elsie Bay, who has tried to represent Norway a couple of times in the past. So there we go. Let's check this out. Shush for Cyprus. We're off. Deliver. No excuses, you've had long enough. Okay. His vocals sound a bit quiet here, and I have got the volume turned up enough. It's almost sort of spoken word type singing to begin with here. We're in some sort of Inception turning corridor here almost. What is going on? Hush, hush. Okay, it feels like this should be played over some sort of chase scene in a movie almost. It has a bit of drama, it has a darkness to it, it has a slight ominous vibe going on. I've absolutely no idea what the hell is going on in this music video, to be honest with you, but who cares? The song matters more. This is not too bad so far, to be honest. Here comes the chorus. Okay, I am pausing it again just here to chip in and say that this is a little bit like Belgium's song. A little bit. We have this throbbing beat in the background, chugging along. The vocals aren't too bad at all. He doesn't really seem to be saying much besides hush in this chorus. Okay. I'm not sure I love that particular style of singing. I really don't know how to describe it besides sort of half spoken word, half singing. You know what I'm on about because chances are you've heard this by now. It's now got a little bit more energy to it. I've no idea really what this music video is about. I'm hoping there will not be a messy live performance here. I quite like the instrumentation. You know, I wouldn't say that this is truly outstanding, but it's really not too bad. I'm just thinking Cyprus are in semi-final 1 this year, in the same half as Belgium and Croatia. I mean, they might all cancel each other out. You might say that out of those 3, one of them has to miss out on the final. You could say. I'm not sure. I don't think Croatia's song is particularly strong whatsoever. Belgium's song I'm a bit indifferent on. This one's okay so far. Let's listen to the rest of it. Is there going to be this really dynamic moment towards the end? It's slowing down. Flames. The match. Oh. This is not too bad. It's not too bad at all. And Cyprus usually go through. And it's fallen over. Well, you know, if I had to give this song a mark out of 10, 1 being dreadful, 10 being sensational, I think I'm going to go with a very respectable 6. I wouldn't say that it's really, really my cup of tea. And I do think we've got a few other songs in semi-final 1. Comparisons, I'm sure, will be made to Strobe Lights and Poison Cake. Yes, all 3 songs are different, but you could say they're all sort of in the same territory, and they might all cancel each other out. And really, I suppose, if there's going to be any discussion about those 3 songs, you know, which one is the strongest of the 3, which one's more likely to go through, blah, 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 I don't know. I didn't mind that at all. I really didn't. I wouldn't say it's one of my big favourites from this year. I'm not sure I'm going to be checking it out again too often before the contest, but it's not bad. Let's take a look at some of the comments. The most recent first. Whoops. Let's take a look. I could imagine this playing in a gay bar. As a straight man, I can't comment. Squid Game Techno. Where is Cyprus? This is a Nordic song. Well, whatever happens, this is a guaranteed 12 points from Greece. Well, not in the semi-finals, because Greece are in the other show. He is a great dancer. What is he trying to say? Too much drama in the video. Doesn't really make sense what I just watched. Super weak entry. He is so yummy. Let's comment on the song, not the looks. Belgium's rival for the voice. Okay. This is ridiculous. At least this will steal some points from Austria and make it not a winner. I don't know what you're talking about there. An average song, not good nor bad. Mixed reviews, I think it's fair to say. Oh girl, he's serving Melody Festival and MGP reject. Well, looking at the songwriting team, one does have to wonder whether this is a rejected national final track. I don't get it. Well, like I said, the video, who cares? The music video is not what we're voting on. But I will be interested to see what the staging is like. Because if you're going to tell a story on stage, it really does have to make sense. It really does have to come through very clearly, I would say. People don't like to be confused. Why is everyone trying to get the last place? The song sounds too vague. It feels like Israel 2022. What? Not really. Not really. Israel 2022 was a hell of a lot camper than this. Not very unique in this year's competition. The verses are absolutely great. The chorus leaves to be desired. I don't know. I feel like the beat was good. I was invested. But for the last minute, I did sort of not really focus as hardly as I perhaps should have done. I don't know. Maybe it did run out of steam a little bit. But still, a 6 out of 10. Is it going to qualify? I wouldn't be surprised, in all honesty. But yeah, semi-final 1. Poof, dear me. It's a bit stinky. It's a bit stinky. Anyway, let me know what you think on Shush, Cyprus's entry for 2025. Only 2 more to go. Georgia, who I think have completely forgotten they're taking part. I've no idea what's happening there. I know there's some things going on behind the scenes. I'm not going to comment on them because I don't know nearly enough about them, but Georgia may or may not be involved this year. And then, of course, we've got France. Mon Dieu. That's bound to be something very special indeed. Anyway, until next time, take care of yourselves, stay safe, and bye for now.